Don, hello. Part of the big problem here is that sometimes those horrible, even deadly side effects are not listed on the label. The reason for that, the side effects didn't actually show up until the drugs went on the market. So antidepressants, drugs for ADHD, Vioxx, those are all examples where problems did not show up until after the drugs went on the market. So there was no warnings for doctors, no warnings for patients. Well, Consumers Union, which publishes Consumers Reports, and others are concerned about this. Consumers Union had a press conference today. People spoke whose loved ones died after the side effects of prescription drugs.
If the FDA hadn't waited so long to release the information, the black box warning, which came 2 weeks after we buried our son, he might have still been with us. Stephen was our only child. There's so many milestones that we will never see with our son.
Kathy Harder's son died after taking an antidepressant. He killed himself. Suicidality is now known as a side effect and is now on the label for antidepressants. However, it wasn't on there when her son was taking the drug. Consumers Union now wants to see changes in how the FDA requires labeling and in how they approve prescription drugs. Don?
Okay, so what specifically then are they asking for?
There are some very specific changes that they're looking for, and actually the Senate is considering legislation like this. First of all, what they're looking for is clearer disclosure of side effects. The FDA says we disclose side effects of drugs, it's all there, but Consumers Union says it's hundreds of thousands of pages. Finding that side effect can sometimes be like finding 2-point type in the Manhattan phone book. That's how they put it. Also, a more efficient label changing process. Consumers Union says right now it can take months or even years to change a label when the need is out there. FDA says they do it in a timely fashion. Also, elimination of conflicts of interest. This is a very interesting one. Right now, there are doctors who are receiving money from a drug company, let's say, the drug company gives the doctor money for speaking engagements. Well, that doctor can sometimes be sitting on an FDA committee when that company wants to have a drug approved. And some people would say, that's a huge conflict of interest. How can that doctor be objective when he's actually getting money from the drug company? So Consumers Union and other wants to see that changed.
I bet they do. Now, when doctors do prescribe a drug, how do they know what the side effects are? Are they getting their information from the FDA or where?
They do, to some extent, get their information from the FDA, but they also get information from medical journals, and lots of people are concerned that drug companies only tell medical journals what they want them to know. And secondly, doctors get information when representatives from drug companies come to their offices. They often bring lunch for the whole staff, and they talk to the doctors and the nurses, and people say that drug reps sugarcoat those side effects so that doctors won't really be thinking about them. Drug companies, of course, say that they don't do that.
All right, Elizabeth Cohen, thank you so much for that information.